Hey everyone, welcome to Stratele Studios. I'm Jeff Castanon, and welcome to another No Pause video reaction and analysis. Today I have a request from my wonderful viewer, Ralph. Ralph, we hear Ralph's name on the channel a lot, don't we? He's very, very active, and I really appreciate you, Ralph, for bringing such wonderful requests to the channel. This is Lexington Lab Band, and they are doing the Bruce Hornsby song, The Way It Is. I get chills just saying the title of this song. I so loved this song. I remember when it came out, and I instantly fell in love with this tune. We'll watch it together here, and then I'll talk more about it when we're done with that. So let's get into this. Let's hit that play button. Here we go. Love those sparse chords right there.
Standing in line, marking time, waiting for the welfare. They can't buy a job. Man in a silk suit hurries by as he catches a poor old lady's eyes. Just for fun he says, get a job. That's just the way it is. Some things will never change. That's just the way it is. Oh, but don't you believe it? Said, hey little boy, you can't go where the others go, 'cause you don't look like they do. Said, hey old man, how can you stand to think that way? Did you really think about it before you made the moves? He said, that's just the way it is. Some things will never change. Just the way it is. Oh, but don't you believe that? Pass a law in 64 to give those who ain't got a little more, but it only goes so far, because the law don't change in others' minds when all they see is a hiring time. It's a line on the color bar. No, that's just the way it is. Some things will never change. That's just the way it is. That's just the way it is.
nicely done. Beautifully done. Beautifully done. I was vibing pretty hard on that one. What a beautiful song. Boy, oh boy. I never get tired of this song. And I love that. I love the fact that I never get tired of this song. And there are others out there that are like that. I could just listen to them over and over and over again. And you know, they always have that special thing that makes me feel a certain way. So well done. I was in Las Vegas recently, and I'm friends with the drummer from Ambrosia, Burley Drummond, and I went out with a friend of mine who's also a friend of Burley's, and I was invited to go out and see Burley and Ambrosia play at the Golden Nugget, and yeah, I mean, it was I had not seen Ambrosia for a long time. I think I did see them like many years ago, and Hollander used to open for Ambrosia before I got in the band. But the Hollander being the band that I'm playing with right now. Anyway, so I got to see Ambrosia do their set, and they had mentioned that they worked with Bruce Hornsby, and they talked about that, and I was so blown away by watching Ambrosia play that I don't remember the specifics of the story about their affiliation with Bruce Hornsby, and I wish I did. But what I do remember is Burley's wife playing the piano part. I think her name is Mary. They played this song. I just want to share with you. They gave me the set list. So this is Ambrosia's set list from the Golden Nugget. When I saw them, and you'll see the way it is right here. That was in their set list, and they played this. Yeah, this is the actual set list on stage, and they played this, and my God, they killed it. They did such an incredible job of playing this song live, and I had no idea that they had this connection with Bruce Hornsby, so it was really cool to learn that. Afterwards, Burley came out, and we got to hang out and chat, and I did a recording session with Burley, and that's really a lot of fun. You know, I think I've mentioned it before, you know, that I've been privileged to be in the right place at the right time. And if you look at my my bio on YouTube, you'll see, you know, the artists that I've played with and the artists that I have opened for as well. And boy, I tell you, I've just been so blessed to have had those experiences. But I wanted to share an experience that I had recording with Burley Drummond, and my friend Mark Gallagher, the bass player, he was my connection into this group. And he asked me to play, said we need a guitar player for a session. And he told me about the people who were in the session. And I was like, oh boy, this is serious stuff, right? And I'm like, who's on drums? Like a Burley from Ambrosia. I'm like, okay. So I showed up with my gear and set up, and we all had, you know, our setup time. And I remember there's no rehearsals. So basically you had to come prepared because everything was a one shot, meaning that every tune that we did, we played once and recorded it, and there are no punch-ins. And that's a pretty high pressure situation. So I made sure that I was prepared for this, and I was stressed out to the max, obviously. But these are pros, and you better be prepared when you walk in, because everybody can do that. The guys in the room can all do that. So, I had to make sure that I was prepared for this. And I came in, I was like, let's do this. Because as a rule, I over prepare anyway. I over prepare for everything. I over prepare for a high school choir gig when I'm playing bass. And I spent hours working on my bass part for something like that. It's just my work ethic. It's just because I don't ever want to be nervous about playing. I want to enjoy it. So I always over prepare. Anyway, I wanted to mention to you. So the guy who's running the session, the main guy who's a trumpet player, his name is Bob Masters. He, in the middle of the song, he would point to you, and then you had to improvise. And so that happened in the session a few times, and we were playing. I remember Chameleon. I think it's Herbie Hancock. We were playing the song Chameleon, and you always had to have your eyes on the room. And he pointed at me. My time came up, and he pointed at me, and then I had to go and improvise just on the spot, and I got through it. A little nerve-wracking, but I got through it. And then I can't remember which song that we were playing, but I saw him. He was in a booth. Bob on the trumpet, the guy who was running the session, he was in a booth, and he pointed out to Burley, and Burley, he's cooking along, just playing his groove, and when Bob pointed at him, I saw Burley's head turn. Like Burley was watching him from his periphery. He was watching off the side of and he had charts, so he was reading the charts. But he's so professional, he's so damn good that as soon as he saw Bob's hand move, he moved his eyes, and he's like, he caught it that he was getting signaled to do a solo. Then Burley proceeded to go into the solo, and he starts on his snare drum, and he's doing this like this cadence thing, and then he starts taking it around the kit, and I dropped my arms, and I sat there in awe of watching this guy who's been playing in a professional band for decades take a solo impromptu. And it sounded like I was listening to a pre-recorded, album. It sounded like I was listening to a playback. His solo was perfect, absolutely perfect. And I just saw them, and my jaw was dropped. I mean, I almost forgot that I was playing in the session. I was just watching him. And then he cues up, lets everyone know he's coming back in, and then he came back in, and then we had, jump back on my instrument. But I'm so adamant about telling people, if you're a musician out there, I'm so adamant about telling people about playing with people who are better than you, playing with people that are at a higher quality or done more than you. Have more experience. And that, for me, definitely in that session, that was true. I was the only person in the room who, didn't have an album out or had been on, countless recordings. So I was the novice in the group. But I learned so much from that one session about how the pros do it that I brought that back with me, and I got to utilize the things that I had learned from all of them. And besides the technical stuff, like I was telling you about Burley, the one thing that I walked away from that session with is the humility that those guys carried, and the respect that they carried for their fellow musicians. I didn't expect that. I don't know why I didn't expect that, because these guys are so professional, so good, and they're playing on a pro level. But the thing about them is they were so humble. All of them, especially Burley. And the respect that they have for the other musicians, both as human beings, but also musical respect and respect about letting other people have, their time in the spotlight in the music as well, and not dominating and that kind of thing. Anyway, I know this is tangential, and I realized that I kind of gone off on a tangent from Lexington Lab Band, but I still think that it's interesting to share these kinds of things and the experiences that I've had, because these things, as I'm watching these videos, these countless videos that I've done, it brings back memories. It connects me with what I'm watching. And that's why you see me getting into it so much, is because it's more than just watching a video for me. It's also remembering my own experiences, or connecting with my childhood, or connecting with other things in my life. And this, amplifies my love of music and why I do the channel. Anyway, that's all. Enough for me. Ralph, thank you for this one. You brought back some cool memories. Please support Lexington Lab Band. I have trouble pronouncing that, if you haven't noticed. Support Lexington Lab Band. I will put their link in the description, and come back for more cool stuff and more tales from me. All right, catch you later. Hey, I just wanted to let you all know that the Stratele Studio shop is up and running. This is the artwork for the various designs that I have on the products. Basically, it's studios A through F. These are the graphics that I showed at the beginning of each video, and you can get these graphics on a variety of products. As you see here on the website, you have 10 products that are customizable. You can actually change the location or the size of the graphic on the product. I hope you come check it out.